Welcome to my channel guys, this is Shivangi and I'm going to be teaching you all the makeup do's and the makeup don'ts. Obviously this is the do side and this is the don't side. If any one of you happen to be doing the don't side and you love it, please continue doing it. Do not worry, makeup has no rules and you can play with it as you like. This is how I personally love doing my makeup and that's what I'm going to be teaching you today. And before we move on, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button so you never miss on to my videos. And without any further ado, let's get started. So go ahead, grab your notebooks and your pen because you're going to be needing to write a lot of points. So I'm going to begin with the most important step, that is using a concealer or a primer on your eyelids. And I love using a concealer because it gives me a very smooth canvas to work on and does not leave my skin very dry, and it also covers up any pigmentation on the lids. Today I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. If you've been following me on Instagram for a very long time, you know that this is my go-to base for any kind of eye look. This concealer has a full coverage and it goes a long way, so you just need a tiny dot on your eye and you would be done. I'm going ahead and placing it on my eye, and that's how much you need. Now I'm going to be blending this in with a tiny blending brush. This is usually used for under eye for concealer blending, but I'm going to be using it on my eyelids. So this brush buffs in the concealer very well and does not leave on any strokes, so I really love using this brush. Now that the concealer is well blended in, I'm going to be going ahead and using this Airspun translucent powder. You can use any kind of translucent powder, but just make sure that you use a very tiny amount to set the concealer in. And just set the lid very lightly with this powder. So our first step of priming the eye on the do side is complete, and I'm going to leave the don't side as is, and I'm not going to be priming it with any kind of primer or concealer, and we are going to see how the eyeshadows work that way. Today I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam Eyeshadow Palette, and this is how it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and start with the transition shade. So transition shade is the shade closest to your skin tone in any kind of palette, and it is just a 1 or 2 shades darker to your skin tone. If you want a nicely blended, puffed out, soft eye look, then you need to start with a transition shade. I always recommend you to start with a transition shade instead of starting in with a very dark color, which will turn out to be more patchy and it will not give your eye a more blended, seamless look. But there are a lot of people who love starting their looks with the darker shade first. That way I would suggest you just to keep your dark eyeshadow very low on the lid and do not go very high up towards the crease. That way you will be able to blend it much easier. So I'm going to go ahead and dip my brush into the transition shade. For that I'm going to be using this fluffy blending brush. It is going to help me move the brush in a windshield wiper motion, and I suggest you to always use a fluffy blending brush like so for all your transition shades. And I'm going to be using burnt orange. As you can see, it is the shade closest to my skin tone, and I'm going to dip it lightly into burnt orange. Tap off the excess. So holding my brush from the far end, I'm going to place my brush at a light angle and start blending in from the outer corners towards the insides of my crease. I am going to be placing it right above the crease and on the crease and buff it in. Once I do the other side of my eye, that is the don'ts, you are going to realize how important the transition shade really is. You can always go ahead and take a little more eyeshadow on your brush and build up the intensity. As you can see, I'm dragging my eyeshadow out and giving my eye a little longer look than it normally is. And that's done. Now that we are done with the transition shade for the do side, I'm going to go ahead and start with a really dark shade on the don't side, and I'm not going to be using a fluffy brush. I am going to be using a more tapered brush like this, and you will yourself be able to see how difficult it is going to be for me to blend in the eyeshadow if I start with a darker one without any base and a tapered brush. I am gonna go ahead and start my look with Cypress Umber. This is how the shade looks like, and I'm gonna dip right in, and I am not going to tap off the excess, and you will see that tapping of the excess is really important right now when I have a little fall off and spoil my makeup. By the way, if you're a beginner, you can always start your eye makeup first and then move ahead with your base makeup. I usually love doing my base makeup first and then my eye makeup, but I always suggest starting your smoky eye first and then going ahead with your base makeup, because smoky eyes always tend to be a little messy. So I'm gonna place this eyeshadow on my tone side, and as you can see, I already have a lot of natural oils of my eyelid already seeping out, which is going to blend in with the eyeshadow and therefore making it smudge all over. So I am really trying hard to blend this in, but keeping in mind I had so much product on my brush, it's really difficult for me to blend this in, and therefore it's really patchy. This is all I'm going to be able to blend this in, and you can already see a difference how important a transition shade is and how important it usually is to start with a transition shade and not a darker shade. And if you're starting with a darker shade, always keep in mind to keep it low. One more thing that I have seen a lot of times, even my mom used to do, a lot of you use the same brush for your whole eye makeup. We don't want to do that because it already has a lot of product on it from the previous eyeshadow that we have used, so we don't want to mix 2-3 eyeshadows together and it's just going to look like one same eyeshadow all over your eyelids. So we definitely don't want that. We have so many colors in a palette for a reason. We don't want to use the same brush. So now for the do side, I'm going to go ahead and use the shade Rustic with a little more tapered but again fluffy blending brush. I'm just going to first show you the difference in the brush that I used for the transition shade and for the next shade that I'm going to be using now. This is a lot more fluffy, but this is also fluffy, a little more tapered. So I'm going to go ahead and use this a little slightly tapered blending brush. This is Morphe M433, and the one that I used for my transition shade is Morphe R37. I am definitely going to make a video of my brushes, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. Moving ahead, I am dipping this tapered fluffy blending brush into the shade Rustic, which is a little darker than the shade we used earlier, that is Burnt Orange. I am taking the shade Rustic and tapping off the excess, holding my brush from the bottom. I never hold my brushes from the front. It is going to put a lot of pressure on your eye and not give you that seamless blend that we are looking for. Always notice that I keep my brush at an angle from down upwards, and I never keep it straight like so or coming from above. I always place my brush at an angle, and now we are going to not take this eyeshadow as high up as we took the transition shade. I am going to place it right on my crease and from the outside towards inside in a windshield wiper motion like so. We can always increase the depth of the eyeshadow and the intensity by taking more, but never go ahead and start with a lot of product on your brush. Once you feel the product on your brush is over, you can go ahead and dip your brush again and increase the intensity. So if you want, you can stop right here after using 2 shades and you can call it a look. That'll be fine, completely okay if you're like, you know, going in for a more day look and a very chill quick makeup, but I would always suggest you to use at least 3 shades for you to have that nice gradient effect. Now going ahead again with my do side, I am using a very tapered blending brush in comparison to the brushes that I used earlier. So these are the 2 brushes that I used earlier. All of them are fluffy blending brushes, but we are getting tapered with every darker shade we use. So now this one is a very tapered blending brush, and the way that I am going to pick up my eyeshadow, which is going to be the darkest of this eye look, you are going to see that I am picking up this eyeshadow just on the tip of the brush because we want to do a very precise application. And again, after picking up the product on the brush, I am using the shade Cypress Umber from this palette, and this is going to be our darkest shade of this look. I am picking it up very lightly and tapping off the excess again, and just on the tip I have picked up the product. Now I'm going to go ahead and place the product just on the corner of my eye, and I'm not going to drag it all the way in. I'm just going to keep it on the outside. Now to blend this further, I'm going to go ahead and grab the brush that we had used earlier for the second shade and blend the darker shade in. I haven't picked up any more product. This is just the leftover of the previous shade that we applied, and I'm just slightly buffing the darker shade out to have a seamless blend. Now moving on to the Dawn side, I'm going to go ahead and use the same brush and dip it into Glisten eyeshadow. It is a shimmery eyeshadow, and I'm going to be taking a lot of product and not tapping it in. One more thing that I have always seen, which just does not look good to me personally. If you love doing it, please go ahead and continue doing that. There are no rules to makeup. I personally do not like dragging my shimmer eyeshadow onto my crease because it is already a lot raised than your lid, and you do not want to put a lot more attention over there. This is the place where we are creating shadows, and this is the place where all the shimmer goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my shimmer on the lid, and ooh, wow, and drag it till my crease, which will definitely not look flattering. So as you can see, the moment I dragged my shimmer shadows onto my crease, everything has started to look a lot more muddier than it already was. Moving on to the Do's side, I am going to take a flat brush for my glitter shadows and place it right on the lid and not above. I'm going to go ahead and use the same glistening eyeshadow, the shimmer eyeshadow that I used for this side of my eye. So starting from the inner corner, I am not going to pick up my brush, but just drag it towards the outer corner. Now that the product is all placed well, I'm going to go ahead and use the same tapered brush that I used for the darkest shade. I do not have any extra product on this. It only has the leftovers. I'm going to go ahead and just do a circular motion on the corners, and we have a well blended shimmer shadow. As you can see, I'm using a very light hand. We do not need to use any pressure, because also if we use a lot of pressure, instead of blending it in, we might just end up picking up the product from our eye. So we definitely do not want that. And it's all blended. Now moving on to the lower lash line, we do not want to ever leave our waterline empty. We always want to apply some kind of product on the waterline. It can be any color of your choice, or a black kajal or a cream pencil. I personally love using a cream color pencil because it opens up the eye a lot more, but please never leave your waterlines like that. It gives a very incomplete look. Today I'm using the NYX 4 Wise eyeliner pencil. This is my go-to eyeliner pencils for the waterline, and I'm going to go ahead and line my waterline with this. I'm telling you guys, this eyeliner pencil does not budge. You do whatever, you cry, you put on lenses, this eyeliner pencil will not budge. This is my most favorite pencils for the waterline. and see how much of a difference that makes to your whole eye look. It just brings it all together and obviously opens up your eye a lot more. Whereas on this side, I'm just gonna leave it bare and without any kind of product. Now moving on to the lower lash line of the Dawn side, I'm going ahead and taking this darker shade, that is the Cypress Amber, on a very tiny brush and putting this on my lower lash line. I am going to just place it on my lower lash line without blending it in. I am dragging it in all towards the inner corner, which we never want to do. So as you can see, on this eye, I have not blended in the lower lash line. It is really important to blend in your lower lash line, because if you don't do, you might start looking really angry for no reason, or start looking like you've been beaten up, which we definitely don't want to look. And now for the do side, I'm going to go ahead and use the same tiny brush and dip into the dark shadow, the same Cypress Amber. A very tiny amount I'm taking onto the brush. I'm going to be placing this in just on the outer corners. And once you're done putting on the darker eyeshadow on your lower lash line, you want to go ahead and use the same kind of brush, the same kind of tiny brush, and use a lighter shade to blend this dark shadow. Again, with a very light hand, I'm blending in the dark shadow so that it gives a very seamless blend into our rest of the face. Now that our eyeshadow look is totally complete, our next step is highlighting, and you want to highlight your inner corner and your brow bone before you apply any mascara or eyelashes, because there is going to be a little fall off from your highlighter and you do not want that to fall off on your lashes. So I'm going to go ahead and use this palette from NYX Cosmetics, Born to Glow highlighter palette. As you can see, this shade right here is really loud, and I'm going to dip my tiny flat brush into this shade. I am placing a very tiny amount right at the inner corner, and I am not dragging it outwards. I am just keeping it right here, a very tiny amount, and that is all you need. And then I'm going to take a little more on my brush, tap off the excess, and place it right under my arch. You do not want to drag it further here inwards or outward. You just want to keep it right under the arch. Now for the Don't side, I'm going to go ahead and place it on my inner corners. But I'm going to put a lot of product without tapping it and dragging it a lot further out, which we definitely don't want to do. Applying the same on my brow bone, and again dragging it a lot further outside and inward. As you can see, it makes a lot of difference when you're applying the highlighter very precisely right under the arch and on the inner corners very slightly, whereas to just dragging it everywhere. One of our last and final steps is applying the mascara. Mascara is going to help you blend your natural lashes with your artificial lashes, and this is one of the most important steps of this eye look. I'm going to be applying mascara on this side and I'm going to skip on this side. So here is the complete look, you guys. As you can see how much difference applying mascara really makes onto having clean looking lashes. I did not apply mascara on the side of my eye, and I did here. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video, and if you learned something, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And now moving forward to the winner of the giveaway that I held in my last video. The winner of the giveaway is Pragati Jain. Pragati, thank you so much for entering in the giveaway. You have won the Colourpop Bare Necessities eyeshadow palette. I promise you, you are going to love this. And also thank you to every single person who entered the giveaway. Please do not feel bad that you did not win this. I am going to be holding a lot of giveaways, and I will try my best to do a giveaway every single month. Also, to the winner of giveaway, please contact me on my Instagram handle. DM me your details. My Instagram handle is shivangi.11. Thank you so much for entering, and I hope you all enjoyed watching this video. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, and definitely hit the bell button.